Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be talking about things in the UK as a small business owner, and how they may be different to the advice you see online from the American business owners, as I know YouTube is saturated by loads of American business owners, which I love to watch, but I realized when I was learning from others there were a few things that I couldn't really relate to. So if you are like me, and I know a lot of you guys are actually from the UK and are in my comments often, and you're always like, oh my god, I'm so happy to have found someone from the UK. So I know that I am filling that gap in the market. So I thought, why not bring you guys some more tips and tricks that seem to be different from the US side of things. So let's just get straight into this video. Also, make sure you are subscribed to my channel if you are looking for more content like this, covering small business, online business, making money online, and here and there curly natural hair tips. So first, the obvious one is sending things outside of the UK from the UK. That's going to be completely different to the US. So with us, our go-to supplier for mail is Royal Mail, the Royal Mail service, and that is what I currently use for my postage. And any small business that is new probably just go straight to the Royal Mail at first. And then we have other suppliers like Hermes. We also have the American ones like FedEx, but we have a few suppliers. I typically use Royal Mail, and they have two different services that I would recommend. The first one is Royal Mail Click and Drop, and then they also have the Royal Mail Online Business account, and that is for those who are a bit more advanced and have more orders coming in every single month. You may be more fitted towards the online business account. We also have the post office Drop and Go, which is another service for you to go to your local post office. You send like a manifest that you get from online. It's a free account. Everything is free. You just top up your account with the money, and then you go ahead and send your items without having to print off labels and do all of the long extra stuff. If you send things frequently and they're in like a handful of items here and there, you may prefer Drop and Go. You can check out my Instagram for further information on Drop and Go, and further videos on my channel. I'll link to them down below in the description on Click and Drop. But when you are sending items from the UK outside, so say you are sending something to the USA from the UK, if you're doing it via Royal Mail, and I think pretty much from any supplier, one thing you will need to do is apply for a EORI number, and that's something that is free for you to get, and you just apply via the government website and they will send you back a number. I think it used to take a few weeks. I'm not sure if they've fastened up the process now, but they will just send you a unique number attached to your business, so that whenever you are sending abroad, you make sure you put somewhere, whether it already has a section on the customs form or not, just make sure you note down what your EORI number is, because for some reason that helps just with the whole customs process. So to avoid any delays or extra charges, make sure that you have your EORI number when you are sending outside of the UK. Now, for those who are aware of the whole new changes with Brexit and everything, now you need to do IOSS, which I need to look back into. If anyone has any updates on how that's going, please let me know down below. But a lot of business owners have stopped sending to the EU because of this new things. So it's been very frustrating and quite expensive if you do want to go ahead and sign up for IOSS. It may mean that your customers have to pay for customs if you don't. You don't want your customers from the EU to get their package and then have to pay an extra charge on top of it. So to avoid that, we've just had to stop sending to the EU altogether. The alternative is to sign up to a third party and do IOSS through them, and they give you like the tax codes and everything. It just is very complicated right now, but I'm hoping that they will make it easier for small business owners at some point this year. However, I have been seeing a few business owners post that they are sending back to the EU, so maybe something has changed. So if I find that out, of course I'll do a video on it and update you guys. But for sending to the EU, make sure you don't just go ahead and send, because it will get stuck in customs and your customer may have to pay a fee. Also, when you are sending to the USA or anywhere internationally, you want to want to make sure that you know the custom code for every single product that you sell. For example, we sell our bonnets and pillowcases, and whenever we sell that to, say, a USA customer, we have to put on the customs form the code for that item. Every single item comes within a category. For example, the bonnet could come under a category in like hats. You can find that by just looking on the commodity codes website. I'll put it in the description, and you just search in what kind of product you have. So say it was a satin hat, it should give you a category of where that would fall in, and then it will give you the code that connects with that product. So that is what you would put on your customs form. Within Shopify, they even have a section for you to add that code to the product information. So it won't show to the customer, but it will show to you on the back end, which just makes it easier for when you need to refer to that code, so you don't have to search it up all over again, over and over and over. And the same is in Royal Mail Click and Drop. On the back end, you can actually save your customs codes as well, so you don't have to keep referring back to it. So this is the same if you are going to be purchasing stock from overseas. You want to make sure that you give the company your EORI number so that the stock doesn't get stuck in customs when it gets here to the UK. That has happened to me before. The first time that happened was years ago, and I actually had to wait a few weeks for my stock to actually get cleared to my house because I didn't have an EORI number and I wasn't even aware of what it was. Make sure that you give the company that you're buying from overseas your EORI number, just so there's no issues when it gets to you on this side. Now, when you're buying from China, of course, there are going to be some kind of customs charges and fees for you, and that may actually come to you at a later date. So you may get your products and think everything's fine, and then a week or two or a month later even, you can get a letter from the supplier, for example FedEx, and they will have a charge for you. I recommend that you communicate well with your supplier beforehand and just ask them, like, do you have an idea of what the charge will be for this, or the customs fee, or how much I'll be charged for this on this end, or can I avoid the charges somehow? They should have experience in this. They should be sending to people in the UK on a regular basis, so just speak to them and see what they say and try and get as much advice as you can. And then if not, it is pretty much trial and error. So once you do it over and over again, you'll start to learn the typical price range of what you may be charged. So manufacturing in the UK, this is something that was very difficult to research. Obviously, Alibaba is a great website, alibaba.com, because you can search for suppliers and manufacturers in, I think they even have European ones on there, but mainly like China, Japan, I think even India also on there too. Whereas for the UK, there isn't really like a one-stop website that you can go to find manufacturers for products. So that would be amazing if there was. There actually is another version of it, kind of, but you have to pay. So there's no free version that's just open for everyone to use for you to find suppliers here in the UK. So it means you have to do extra work and really look into where these manufacturers are. A lot of them are more affordable if you go outside of London. So you really just have to do your research, get on Google, make some calls. Back in the day, I had to call around a lot of different factories and really send them samples, go and visit them and so on. And when you do find one, I do recommend that you do go and visit it in person, because you want to make sure that the premises is good, there's nothing dodgy going on, and you want to just make sure you trust them before you just go ahead and give all of the rights to them to make your product. So definitely try and find a way to travel up and go and visit them, which I've done multiple times. I've had to get on a coach or a train just to go visit them in person, but it's definitely worth it. Another thing is, if you are going to be ordering products from China to the UK and you're not sure about trusting them, on Alibaba.com they do have like certifications, like a verified badge, but you may just want to have someone go ahead and check the stock beforehand. I did this with our shampoo brushes. The first time I used the new supplier, I paid for someone to go to the actual factory in China and inspect it personally. So I spoke to a company, it was a UK person I spoke to over the phone, and they actually arranged for someone to go out and inspect that company and inspect your stock that they've made and make sure that it matches up with what you have said you want it to look like, and what colours and what kind of material should be. But that's an extra charge. I think it cost me about £300 the first time I did it, and I'll leave the link for that company down below too. Now when it comes to the whole of making your business official, which I have a whole video on, in the US they seem to say the word LLC a lot, and if you are new to business and you've been watching a lot of Americans, you may be thinking like, how do I get an LLC? What is an LLC? It's the equivalent of an LTD for us, so that's like a private company. Whereas when you're first starting, I really recommend you don't go for LTD straight away unless you are experienced in business and you've got like a whole team together and you're planning on making a certain amount of money like straight away, over the threshold. Definitely start as a sole trader. That's basically you being self-employed. Don't get confused by them saying LLC all the time. Definitely start as a sole trader. Here in the UK we also have some great resources. Like for me, when I started, I used the Prince's Trust, who gave some really great workshops, and they had a whole enterprise program which I followed, and then they actually give you opportunity to pitch for a loan as well and get a mentor and stuff, so definitely check into that. I think the maximum age is 30, great for younger business owners. Also there is Eventbrite, which just has amazing events happening all the time for networking with other business owners, learning about certain business opportunities, or just learning about taxes and stuff like that. There's loads of free workshops along with paid workshops, and then also Enterprise Nation put on some really good events, so I definitely would recommend you sign up for those. Again, I'll leave links down below to any like UK based things that have really helped. And then I just want to end the video on a few suppliers that I use for packaging and any kind of like leaflets and business cards that I think you should note down, because again, when I'm on TikTok I see a lot of US based advice on different suppliers, and when I've gone to the websites they either don't ship to the UK or the shipping to the UK is extremely high. So here are some UK based ones that you can try out. So the first one is Vistaprint and Instant Print. Try either. Sometimes Instant Print is cheaper, sometimes Vistaprint is cheaper. I find that Instant Print is better quality, so I tend to go with them, but if I need to save money I'll go with Vistaprint. But they both do pretty much the same things, like business cards, leaflets, booklets, all of those types of things. Check out those for any kind of thank you slips and stuff you need for your packages. The next is also Zazzle. They do like custom ribbon, they do custom stamps and stuff like that, so if you're looking for something with your logo printed on it, check out Zazzle. And then for sustainable packaging and just cardboard boxes, tape, poly bags, definitely check out Kite Packaging. I've been using them for years now. That is a definite go-to one to use, and a lot of other UK small business owners also use Kite Packaging too, so it's affordable and pretty fast as well when it comes to shipping. So I hope those tips helped you guys and you're a bit more in tune with the UK side of small business land instead of US tips. And if you are watching from the US, you might have just found this really interesting to see what's different. Definitely make sure you subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, comment down below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye guys!